the breathing stool. One of the most important aspects of growth and moving through to return to happiness is bringing back your breath. And when you've been depressed, when you've been in fear, you've been constricting yourself and collapsing your thoracic cage, you're cramping your lungs, you're shutting off your breath, you're collapsing the diaphragm, and you may only be using 10 or 15% of your breathing power. Depression is depressing the breath so you feel in this constant low energy state. To reverse this, we open the breath, we open the thoracic cage, because from the chronic muscular holding, from the character structures that you've gone through in your life, very often we're holding ourselves and we don't even know it. So the breathing stool is designed to help reverse and open your thoracic cage to naturally allow the breath, the respiratory wave, to be enhanced, to widen, to expand, so that now you're increasing with each breath the amount of oxygen you take through to circulate in your system. So this very simple apparatus has been designed by Dr. Alexander Lowen through Bioenergetics in order to help a person expand their breathing, open up and allow all of the uncirculated emotions, all of the repressed feelings that have been locked in, that haven't been allowed to be experienced and released, just through this. What it will do is it will open up the thoracic cage. It will expand your breathing capacity and you will feel better. But let me tell you, sometimes you're not used to having so much oxygen come in. You might get a little lightheaded. Other times, you might feel a little anxiety because you feel upside down and a little bit out of control. All these things are normal. Go with it slowly. I'll show you what to do and how to do it. And then doing it on a regular basis, or anytime you feel constricted, it will be so helpful to you to reverse the way that you deal with life, and again, maintain a more empowered physiology, a stronger embodiment, and therefore a higher emotional state. Now this is a fancy breathing stool. It doesn't have to be this fancy. You can just go to a Walmart, a Target, and get yourself a nice cheap kitchen stool, get some nice wool blankets, roll them up really tight, and then put a strap around them and use that. Okay, very simple. It doesn't have to be fancy. In fact, some people go out and they get bolsters because they want to lay on the floor and do it that way. Other people use one of the arms of a chair, which has kind of that rolly thing that they can lay over. The important thing is that this is relatively strong, a little bit soft but hard, up about the level that you'll need to back down to it, and be able to allow you to open up and feel the pressure, as I'll show you what I'm about to do with Jenny, okay? So let's take a moment, and we're going to invite Jenny in to demonstrate this. And what's nice is this is the first time that she's going through it, so you'll see an initial reaction of what it might be like for you when you do it for yourself. Thank you. Thank you. You've just heard my explanation, and I just want to point out one thing very specifically. So I'm going to turn her around in the back, and what we want to see here is what I'm looking to do is to find some counter pressure to put right here. It's between her scapula, right above her bra strap. This is the area that I want to have counter pressure, because that's going to help open up the chest, open up the thoracic cage, and bring in a deeper breathing, okay? So this is where we're targeting. So when you lay down on the stool, only you will know exactly the best place, but you want to feel the most intense pressure pushing against here that naturally opens up the thoracic cage. You'll feel that, okay? So let's watch how that happens. So I'm going to ask her to stand in front of the stool, okay? And now to lay backwards and put your back over that. Good.
You are love.
Great. And Bring your hands behind your head. Good. And just play with, to find just where I was placing my hands, to find the most counter pressure in that part.
Here to be helpful and to be happy.
And then just lay back. Relax your mouth. Open, gentle. And let out the sound, ah.
Ah.
Ah. And we let the very weight of the body work this through. We start off with some very small ahs, letting out the ah. Again, let out the ah. And then we want to build it up where we can hold the ah for 20 seconds. So we're taking a very deep breath and really getting into, so we hear it, ah! And I want you to, and I'm going to time it, I want you to take a deep, full breath and let out a loud, full ah, and hold it as long as you possibly can. Our goal is 20 seconds. Let's see how you can do it. Okay, good. And very often you'll have that response. There'll be giggling, there'll be a little type of inhibition about letting out the sound, and that's a good start, and that was almost 10 seconds, okay? Okay, now I want you to take a really, really deep breath, but I want to hear that, ah! I want you to let out the power, because what we're really letting out here at many levels is not just the thoracic cage over here, we're also opening up the jaw. And it's very important that we open up the jaw and let out that sound. So I want you to reach down deep inside, feel your feet firmly on the ground, letting yourself relax back, taking the deepest breath and letting out with vigor, with force, a big, long ah. Don't stop. Don't breathe in. Keep it going. Good. You're doing really good. Keep going until you feel you can't take anymore. Just let it go. Keep it going more. Keep it going until you feel yourself coughing up and you just can't. And you just take it all the way. Ah, good. 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 That was a good 25 seconds. Nice. Nice. Just feel that. Okay. And now just lay there. Lower back. So just change the position slightly. Okay, now very often aches and pains, whichever, check it out, move up or down a little bit for yourself. Now what will happen is you will feel some discomfort. You might feel discomfort here in the abdomen, some tightness. You might feel it in your neck, in your shoulders, in your arms. But all the constrictions that you have in the body will start to show themselves up. Those are the places that you've been holding for a very long time. Fear that's held into the body, buried into the body, that is still there, locking up the body, not letting it open. That's all okay. That's why we take it gradiently, every day a little bit more, and just allow the pressure of laying back and opening up to work for you. And it will be amazing. If you have to use the bolster or even an arm on a chair of a big chair or on a couch, whatever you can do it, but get a sense of that opening feeling and then watch as your breath opens, your expression opens, and the joy in your life opens as well.